the lurid green dial before you did car of John McCorkingdale. Speedway background. Hang on a second, that's not where you should be parking.
That's the exit of 4, I think. That's just before this, maybe.
I think that's the sweeper. It's the Marshal's post. It's Drew Ridge in car 4, one of the 4 Brian Hinton entered cars. Manages to get away with it.
It's funny, I was only talking about that flag marshal point.
Oh, it was gone a long way before there. Dropped the left rear wheel, and it's carried all the way around, and he's just kissed the tyre wall.
Oh, I tell you what, that is seriously lucky.
Whoa.
We'll see some more, actually. I was only talking about this in the second practice session, the super slow-mo shots of these cars. Can't help but think if we've got 38 cars as we go back to a replay to see what happened. That is mega, isn't it?
It's the Toyota 86 drifting series as well.
How on earth did he get away with that?
It's impressive.
With Stephen Johnson this morning, he's saying the cars are going to be actually quite difficult to overtake on because they're so even. Got some assistance there.
That's not how to treat the invited drivers.
No.
Boy.
Into the hairpin. Oh, little dive. Nah, not quite. I better back out of that. I'll get in trouble. Oh, there's a bit of action up
watch out in front. There's a bit of drama. Go left.
Look out, it's all happening. There's a guy to my left. He's got right front hanging off it. There's some action for you, lads.
We've got our in-race action reporter. Talk about being in the middle of it all. It was Ben Grice who was spun on the side of the road.
The course of the weekend.
Okay, replay here. This was Ben Grice in the white car down the inside. That's Damon Strongman, who's out through the dirt and the grass, keeps it nailed, comes back on, and bang.
Oh, that's not on. That's pretty unacceptable there from Damon. I think, you know, if you've got an obligation as a driver, if you go off the track, to come back on safely, and he just hasn't done that.
Well, he's been run out of room there on the exit there, which is one thing, but then it's another thing to come back on and get re-involved and cause the secondary part of it all. This was what happened on board with Stephen Johnson. While we were chatting, he was looking to head around the corner to see what was going on. He knew there was a bit of drama. Once he saw it there, and the dirt and dust.
He's predicted it happening. No, when you've got Rooster Towers coming off the
two making a move on John McCorkingdale.
That was an overtake before the start-finish line.
Well, watch out what's going to happen here. It's 3 wide into drama, so Hunter goes around.
Big hit.
Drew Ridge was down the inside in car 4. They go absolutely everywhere to try to find a way around that drama. Stephen Johnson's off through the grass. Benny Grice is as well. Let's have a look. Restart there. Hunter's by McCorkingdale before the line. Luke King was down the inside. That is Ridge in car 4. It's 3 wide. There's the contact with Stephen Johnson that causes the damage to car 17. They all managed to miss the number 2 Castrol car of Josh Hunter. And you know the worst thing is, though? Ridge and Hunter are in the same team. Ooh, that's awkward later on.
That's going to be very awkward.
See, Stephen lifted there while it was all going on in front of him, down the outside to turn 1. Boof! Okay, so this is a replay with Glenn at the final corner, up in front. And there's the spin of Uwe in front of that multicoloured car. He's got to come back towards Glenn.
Oh, that is so close.
That was tight.
As he checked his rear vision mirror on the way through, it's not a place you want to be parked up.
This is the final lap, time certain finish, so we'll be one short. We run to a time certain schedule here at these events. This was Frank Mezzatesta down the inside. He works for Virgin. That's where the contact came from. 737 and 17 getting together. And it just peeled the left front guard. Under fire from Luke King. Then it's Aaron Seaton, Leanne Tander. Look at this Congo line of cars. They're already bumping and boring. It's half a way through the first lap. Josh Hunter's been pushed out wide by Kane Baxter Smith. Oh boy, it started already. There's dust, there's dirt, there's Toyota 86s in among it. They're 3 wide around the gum tree. There's another one off the road here. It's impossible to keep up with everything that happens in one of these races. Luke King's trying to sneak down the inside. At turn 3, got it done. Really good move. One of the 4 Brian Hinton Toyota backed cars. And just as I say it, there's contact on the exit. He's off the road and he's parked in the grass. Boy, things change in about 2.5 seconds, don't they?
That was a bit rude. That was pretty unfair on Luke King there. He's got a bit of damage to his front right.
He's got a bit more than a bit.
Damage.
He's not going anywhere. Right front's folded in on car 22.
I wonder if this will be enough to bring out the first. Oh, that is not going anywhere.
Now, let's get to the bottom of this one. Turn 4. King's down the inside here on McCorkingdale. There's still overlap here. And watch for the grate here too. There, just
that's
clips
what
it
did
up.
the damage.
And that's what's done the damage, I wouldn't mind betting.
It wasn't a lot of contact. It was just enough to kind of tip him over the edge. But that big grate there is just torn.
Safety car is out. Here's another angle. There's a little bit of overlap there. Off he goes, and wait for it. There it is.
That's pretty rude there. I think I'd imagine Laurie Schmidt, the steward, will be looking at that very closely. And to me, that's pretty black and white. That's uncalled for, pretty unacceptable, and I think there'll be a penalty that applies there.
So that tightens up the field and closes things down.
It's interesting. It was actually the grate there that caused all the damage. He was on the grass. He would have been okay to get going. He must be having an issue getting that second gear change, because Cameron Hill still managed to get into turn 1 ahead. Pretty good through turn 1 too from all the guys, with the exception of there was a spinner. We didn't see that one before.
That's Cameron Crick in car 7. We were busy watching Nick Filippetto. So there's contact here. That's Adam Gowans on the inside on the curb. It's Cameron Crick who is the one who's about to spin to the inside of the circuit, the son of the late great super truck champ Rodney Crick. And there's Filippetto, who we were sort of busy looking at him on our wide screen, and the other car was escaping out the other side of it.
That could have so quickly gone really pear-shaped. He's midfield. There's another, I don't know, 15 odd cars behind him. Had he looped it in front of all of them, he's done a bloody good job there to keep it on the straight and narrow.
And this is where they were 3 wide. There's one popping off the road and then rejoining here, which has been a problem this weekend. There's a couple of cars that have tripped over themselves trying to get themselves back in. It's Cam Hill who leads the way. The chasers are Brooks, Cedars, Brown, McQuarkingdale. Oh, that's tight. Glenn Seaton getting right by Damon Strongman. That gives Stephen Johnson a chance to get down the outside. He might grab 2 spots here.
That's happened a couple of times to him this weekend. The exit of turn 7, he got 2 spots in that second race, and he's just jagged it. 2 spots in one go. So Stephen Johnson up to P12 now.
And that's Frank Mezzatesta, who's out wide and staying out wide. It's a long way back. He's still going. Hasn't been able to find the bitumen. It's over there somewhere. Now he gets to it.
Make it look like a rallycross race.
Made it. The Toyota 86 Racing Series races. There's Leanne Tander, John Goodacre, Adam Gowans. There's Stephen Johnson. Oh boy, David Strongman is on fire, literally. He better pull this one up. He needs to find a fire marshal very quickly.
Yeah, no doubt his engineer will be on the radio telling him to park up and get out of that car as quick as possible. I know all about fire, and that's not a nice situation to be in.
The former Carter is going to have to bail on this one really, really quick.
Yeah, he's done a great job of getting out of that car. He's safe and sound now. Just wait for the fire marshals, who are right on point. They'll come over and fix it up very quickly.
Let's have a look here on replay. This is the exit of turn 2. And this is where it started for Damon Strongman. There's fluid all over those front tyres. He's done a good job just to keep it on the road. There's a lick of flame underneath, and there is more than a lick. That is pretty major. Pulls up, and the minute he got out of that car, the fire crew was already there and waiting to assist and put that out. So that's a shame. He's been a bit of a charger this weekend, showed a lot of pace, but unfortunately ends his weekend as a DNF. Did not finish for the 3rd and final race in what was a pretty entertaining first up weekend with a brand new series.
Damage done to that vehicle. Another one we didn't see. That's deep into the sand trap.
That's James Wilkins.
Down to turn 7.
He went the long way around, and in the end,
Weekend, Tony, on Friday, we actually had qualifying. Yesterday, I should say, Frank Mezzatesta had a drama, went off the wall, had heavy contact. Unfortunately, he's out for the weekend. He's okay. And this was what unfolded. He just got a small tap. They've really been able to help some of these young drivers who are either young in age or young in experience. That is close, but they managed to get away with it down the back until I said that. Damon Strongman ends up just slightly off the road and gets going. That's the car that actually, you might remember, caught on fire at Winton in the first round back in May. They've rebuilt that car and got him back on the road. Cam Hill, though, is stretching the margin. It's 1.4 seconds at the line. This is a fight between Ben Grice. Oh, boy, boy, boy. Big lose there. Drew Ridge goes around, comes back on the middle of the road. Oh, boy, this is dangerous stuff. They've managed to miss him. I cannot believe it.
I'm literally holding my breath right now. That is one spot where you don't want to lose the car.
Here's the moment again. Drew Ridge in car 4, Ben Grice in car 9.
That was a very aggressive move. He didn't really even have an overlap. He's just thrown it down the inside. Oh, so lucky.
They all took to the grass, to the dirt. Some could stay to the left on the track. This was on board with Camber Conville. Oh boy, oh boy. Did well. Bang it down another gear and get it going.
Wow. See, Cam would have seen him spinning there, but it's when he shot back across the track there, you know, for a second you didn't know which way he was going to go. So very, very lucky. On board with Canto.
He was closer to it all.
So he sort of got away.
Carried you to a good result at Bathurst.
He did actually that day. We were friends. I can say that because I'm a.
Oh, Michael Fabry. Oh no. Stayed away from the concrete. But a whole pile of them will get by.
Yeah, these guys are going to have a dive soon and maybe a touch. I'm going to try and get up on them, but I keep getting interrupted by these commentator guys. So.
Who are those guys? Hey, this is good fun. This is a really good dive. You got some. Here you go. Get in the inside here.
Go. Oh, shit. Sorry. Whoa.
That was fantastic on board there, Dino. Hey, mate, it's Tony D. Alberito here. You still with us? Yep. Mate, you just caused absolute mayhem behind you.
That wasn't my intention.
Sorry. You're in trouble when you get back in the pit lane, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that was...
Are you going to blame it on us because we were talking to you at the time?
Are they okay? Was there just a spin, or was there... Come on, mate.
There's about 12 cars involved in it.
Tony, there was not. Stop fibbing. Let him get on with the mission. Live television, anything's possible. Tell you what, David Cedars is under massive pressure here. Aaron Seaton is all over him, and he's rally carring it straight down the inside. He's got his nose in front. He's trying to sneak across. Scaife and Ambrose couldn't get that done, but these two have got it done today. Cedars, though.
How it's done.
Now this is Luke King. He was putting a move on Ben Grice. McCorkingdale was putting a move on of his own on Jake Klein, and he was slow off the corner and partly sideways. So Dean's just accidentally tagged him, and as he spun, he's wiped out Adam Gowans on the way through.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there. Obviously, Dino didn't mean to tap him round, but just finished the spin off and caused a bit of mayhem there. So
this is back on board, the replay with Dean. So McCorkingdale's down the inside. He's sideways, he's having half a lose, and he's slow off the corner. He's much slower than he normally would be, and Dean's just been caught unawares, and straight away hand up of, sorry.
Very vulnerable to the car behind. Let's have a look at this replay now of turn 1.
Oh, this was Callum Jones having the big lose, lost the rear in the Enzotech car on the way in. And this
wonder
went
if he
for a
got
while.
any help there, because he was definitely lost the rear of the car and just snapped back on him. And Craig, it's great to see. Someone just have a spin there. Let's go on board now with Stevie O. Geez, they're running each other out of room there, and Steve's benefited from that massively. You see, as soon as you lose that little bit of momentum. Check out this replay here. What are we watching?
Oh, John Iaffola, who we saw off the road before, down turn 1, has a lock-up at turn 8.
Replay here of turn 1. Check out what happens. Oh, big spin there.
He was about to say whatever it is, it's going to be fast. And it's Chris Manley who's gone backwards off the road. Not made it to the gravel. Jake Klein got a move done on Dylan Gulson, but needed to use some grass and some curb to get away with it. Chris Manley just bumping into that tyre wall. And Grice has a problem. He's had a pretty solid weekend so far with an 8th and a 6th place, and that's a big crash in the background, off the road and in the fence. Simon Simolenko in the Simon James Motorsport car. That will bring out the safety car, no doubt.
Ooh, I think he needs to stop it there. Quite a lot of damage in the rear.
Yeah, major right rear damage. It's popped the rear window out as well. Medical crews straight away on the scene because, of course, it's the first lap. There's a medical chase car. Safety car is coming out at Sydney Motorsport Park. There's all the yellow flags, and as that is happening, there is a bit of drama in the background. Everyone now sees the yellows. I think that all happened right as the yellows were coming out, so there was a bit of 2x2 racing going on then, which is really tricky when all of a sudden the safety car's called. Steve Owen here was trying to challenge on the X. This will get us to the bottom of why. Okay, so that's Gary Holt in car 20, the multicoloured car. Samolenko on the outside, and they've run out of road on the exit there. He's in the grass. The car's been unsettled. There he is, just top of screen, and it's flicked him across the road and whacked the concrete with the right rear. And that's why the safety car's out if you've just joined us at Sydney Motorsport Park. Now there's the yellow flag. All the yellows are out there, and there was one who lost control just in front of the pack.
Yeah, he'd already actually lost the rear of the car on the exit of the corner there.
I think that's Lachlan Deagle in car 53, but yellow flags and safety car boards were out right there. You can see them there to the left of your screen.
I think he'll be able to hold on to that. Dave said, oh, we've got a bit of action.
I think that's Jared Maggs in between all of that dust, it is. Rally crossing his way, and he's not going to get back on the road without having a spin, so timing screen. Oh, this is Jared Maggs and why he ended up off the road. Side by side with Duncan Harrison. Managed to keep it away from the fence, but ended up rally crossing.
Grabbing another gear. Baxter Smith has the inside for the run. Over the top. Pullman, race leader in the fence. Lap 1, Adam Gowans is done. Unbelievable stuff. He's had a big off over the top of the hill at Dandenong Road. He's bounced off the tyre wall. And I wouldn't mind betting that that might be a safety car.
Yeah, it just depends on what happened on the other side of the car, but maybe cold tyres, I reckon, as he's come over the top of the hill there.
Oh, he's got it going.
Lost the rear, yeah, he'll make it to pit lane, but
that's about it.
Going to go, yeah.
This is on board with Stephen Johnson. Look down the road and see if you can pick up what happened to the leader. Oh, lost the rear. Cold tyres. The rest were lucky to miss him. He didn't miss the wall, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he got a touch there.
He's already backwards in shot there. He's ended up in the wall where Simon Wills did many years ago. No, all his own. Cold tyres. Lost the rear. Tyre wall there, protecting the guardrail with the conveyor belt of tyres around. This on board with Leanne Tander.
Baker in front. Oh, just bad bounce off the curb there. It's quite easy to do at turn 3.
Free spot for Leanne, though.
Yeah.
And this was the opportunist Cameron Crick trying to get a run on Drew Ridge, who had sort of had to slow because of what was going on in front of him. He's on the wrong side for the next corner, but he's clear of him there and covers him off. So Ben Grice decides to go the long way around and see if he can grab Grubel, who's got him. Yep. Oh. And why not get Cedars? Go for the 2-for-1 deal.
4 laps remaining, 1.5 seconds. Yeah, he might close the gap, but passing's another thing.
Whoop, couple off the road down at turn 1. Drew Ridge in the yellow number 4 car. Jake Klein keeps it nailed and makes it back out onto the road in front of, building quite a resume. This is the replay of how Drew Ridge and Jake Klein ended up off the road. Didn't work out too well for either of them. I thought Klein was going to spin there, but somehow he kept it nailed all the way through the mud.
Yeah, unfortunately.
John Iofola getting together with Duncan Harrison, but they managed to get away with it. Falls to him. It's his second win of the season, and he closes in the points margin here. Ben Grice goes around right in front of the pack with 2 corners to go. Race 8 of the championship played this afternoon. Oh, David Strongman was trying to cover Jake Klein and just succeeded in tagging Ben Grice. So that's one for Greg Crick, the driving standards observer, to look into. And they were lucky, actually, that he rolled out of the way. And now Luke King is having to cover off a very fast Aaron Seaton.
Yeah, there's nothing covering these top 3. As I say, that Will Brown. Whoa!
Series leader is involved here. Cameron Hill, the red 111 car, is involved in an accident at turn 1. And this is great news for Will Brown out front in the championship. Tim Brook, who finished 3rd in the first race, he's involved.
Beautiful move. It looked better from the outside. We didn't see him.
Here we go. Cam Hill was down the inside, out of control, couldn't stop it. Tim Brook's an innocent bystander and gets carted off the road.
So he was just trying to get, he was sort of out-braking David Cedars and looked like he just got a little bit out of control, hard on the ABS and couldn't stop in time to cover him. Tony's seen seen all this stuff before.
Strongman and Crick off the road. So Damon Strongman, who started at the back of the grid and, well, he pretty much passed half the field, is now off the road at turn 1. He'll get rejoined and rolling again. Play here. And this is how, Strongman's down the inside.
Crick,
It's bounced the curb. There's a dent in the door on Cameron Crick's car, but whether it was from that incident or another one is always hard to tell. But end result is both are off, ploughing through the scenery. Push on. John Iafola here cutting across the curb. And, in front, though, that's Zach Lascalpo right in front of the pack. They managed to avoid him, though.
Going to spend another couple of laps catching up on all the incidents.
Yeah, yes. When there's 30-plus cars, there is what unfolded.
That actually creates a bit of what we call a side suck.
Here we go. Little tag coming onto the main straight from Ben Grice in the blue and white, number 9.
Got the fence.
And, yeah, that inside fence just caught him out. So Jake Klein got the move done. And Luke, a little bit slow in the mid-corner on the exit. Of course, Jake was running wide, so he was waiting to avoid what was going on with Jake, and he's been just tapped from behind.
Yeah, I reckon.
What's unfolded, it's a DIY situation.
Curb on the outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's wet. There's no grip.
Committed to throttle.
Well, the gravel trap works at Dandenong Road, that's for sure. And that is bogged and beached. He won't be classified as a finisher in the 9th race of the championship. State-based competition, Club Motorsport, who see this as a big opportunity. This is not a big opportunity. This is big damage. Brad Glasson has hit the wall at the top of the mountain. It's right at the top of McPhillamy Park over Skyline, and that's serious damage. Let's have a look at the replay. Let's see what he's done. And I reckon I've seen a few guys do this over the years. Little wide at the turn-in point, over the curb, up on the grass, around one way, and then it spits back the other way and headbutts the concrete on the right. There it is. Thankfully, though, as Neil mentioned, he's been able to clear the area and remove that car down the hill, but it's popped the radiator and left a bit of coolant there on the road for the rest. Here's another angle, just a little bit wide, but that's all it takes.
And he caught it, but he overcorrected. So he had so much steering lock on, it steered around its own front wheels. And again, it's really easy to do. Super fast location on the racetrack at McPhillamy. He's just understeered a little wider than the apex down there, didn't get up on the ramp, and then it's flicked up over the top of the curb, slid on the grass. It's been incredibly wet at Bathurst, not just in this past week, but in the recent past. Beautiful and green out here at the moment, but they have had a lot of rain, so it's slippery. See, the grass has just flicked the right rear. He's caught it, and as it's picked up grip again, come back onto the racetrack, it's steered straight up into the wall.
Johnson in front has been here before. Oh no, Hayden Clark. That is at the top of the mountain, right at the point of turn in at Skyline. And it's right in front of the pack. Oh boy, oh boy. Wave yellow flags, it's blind on the approach. Drivers will be warned to stay left across the top of Brock's Skyline. And he just needs to stay there and wait.
Very good, so we'll see a replay of what happens.
Here, little
out
wide,
on the grass.
Out in the grass, sideways, correcting, it's about to spit back. We saw a similar accident here yesterday with Bradley Glasson, who actually went nose into the wall rather than side on.
I'll take back about the amount of damage. That is going to have quite a bit of damage on the left-hand side, but hopefully they can get that car back out later in the day.
We're going to red flag it, Alex. Red flag is just flying here at Mount Panorama.
Get the best start ever, and often you just have to lift because you have nowhere to go. But they were 3 wide through turn 1 there. Glenn folding his mirror back. There's nothing worse on the first lap when you lose your passenger side mirror.
Oh, John Iafola out wide here. Alongside Kane Baxter Smith, and he does make it up to the curb and the concrete.
Makes me nervous watching that.
Red Rooster delivery cam replay heading up Mountain Straight. These were the guys in the background I think we could see who were running wide. Oh, and Iafola has come to a standstill right in the middle of the dipper, and there's damage to the left front of the number 81 car, the young gun from Wollongong Way. The car can't be moved. It's got damage to the left front, which is a real shame. Let's have a look here and see how this is all unfolded, and that is heavy.
So I wonder, because he had a big moment and made some contact with the wheel just after the grade over the top of the mountain. I wonder if something, you know, he's damaged something and then
I wouldn't
had a
be
bit
surprised.
of a failure. Yeah.
Would not be surprised. There it is in the background.
Heavy contact. I mean, that concrete doesn't give. And even at slow speed, you really feel that shock right through your body when you have an accident like that. This is on board with Leanne.
Yeah, this is on board with Leanne Tander. Dropping through the S's.
He's gone straight ahead. So, and we actually saw the wheel lock up. So,
and then for Leanne, he's bouncing back across the road, but he manages to grab a hold of the car, keep it to the left, and keep that path open for the oncoming traffic.
Yeah, so didn't see really closely what happened. It was still a little bit blocked, but something strange has happened anyway. He might have just lost the car, but here we go. A lot of tyre squeal, so who knows what's happened there.
Yeah,
but something
it's a strange one.
You get very sideways about now. He's rushed it round the outside there and just gone in too hot. So did that one all on his own. Steve Johnson said thank you very much.
Here it is again from another angle, and he's got rolling again, but he's back to position 23.
You can see his brake lights went out, and he's just tried to carry that extra corner speed to get round the outside. Lucky not to hit the wall. They're very close. And he's currently in, where is he?
Replay here on Conrod Straight. And this was Jared Maggs' car. He bumped the fence there, just hard to see behind the bridge.
Already got some damage from impact somewhere. You can see he's damaged the suspension on his car. It's all over the place.
Back of shot. Now, this is how Drew Ridge has ended up off the road in the yellow and black car, and he's actually gone in driver's side.
Yeah, so he's tangled with someone, obviously exiting the chase.
I reckon this may tell us more. This is Ben Grice, exited the elbow and damage too. So trying to recover from a bad start, and he's in trouble. Gee, they're dropping like flies. Now Kane Baxter-Smith is in drama. That's on the run up towards the cutting. It is on up Mountain Straight. This is great. Oh no, car off the road. This is Daniel Rainui in car 77. I reckon that's the chase by the looks of things. Last lap, leaders are clear. Will Brown still leads from Dylan Gulson.
Nose to tail, this whole group of cars, there's probably 10 of them in a nice long line there.
Oh boy, heavy collision there. That's Chris Manley and Rainui.
Very lucky not to tip it over in the gravel.
Yeah, that car was up on its side, so the gravel trap has done its job.
Ended up losing 2 spots.
This is another angle of Daniel Rainui, who is up on his side, lucky not to go over, and then lucky not to go over when he got to the gravel trap. Oh boy, he's gone for at least 50 metres on 2 wheels.
That was amazing. I haven't seen that before. It was like an open wheeler accident, but luckily he kept the black things facing downwards, shiny side up still, so I'm sure they'll be able to get that one tidied up for the next race.
And he ends up
left rear. Look, no tyre on that rim, and it looks like it might even have some suspension damage as well, but it's not surprising with the car flying through the air for 50 metres, so nice low centre of gravity, kept that thing on.
Jump on board, didn't we?
But he's got it back up the inside. He tried to anyway. Glenn pushing hard. Whoa!
Oh, Luke King spins on Mountain Straight, right in front of the pack. Leanne Tander avoids. Josh Hunter avoids. Duncan Harrison does a great job not to spin, and they all managed to carry on. I thought someone there was definitely not going to make it.
I'm very happy to see everyone shiny side up there, but
this is a replay of what was going on at turn 1. So Glenn Seaton was slow onto the run. There's Luke King all by himself out in the grass. They've all missed him just. Wow. Well done.
That was exciting.
This is on board with Leanne Tander.
She'll probably have a good view of all this action.
Well, the thing is, you can't see Luke King, but there he is. He disappears again. He's there somewhere. Well driven. Oh boy, Duncan Harrison too. Poor Leanne had it all going on.
She had to weave her way through the action.
This is at the top of the mountain. Oh, Frank Mezzatesta's going in here. Bang! He had a decent-sized crash at City Motorsport Park, and now he's had another one at the top of the hill.
You really saw the sort of shock wave go right through the chassis, right through the body on that impact there.
Oh, another one in the wall. This is down at Forest's Elbow. This is the Michael Fabry car, the Lismore Toyota entry, and that is in a really bad position. Oh boy, second place, Dylan Gulson off the road at the chase. All that good work for the weekend has been undone in an instant. He slipped right back now to position 8. Safety car boards and flags, you can see them on display in the background. We're going yellow because of that car being off at Forest's Elbow, so all that work from Will Brown comes to nothing. And we will slow on down as we start lap 3 of 6. And even while we're doing that, we've got drama. Luke King with a spin, and that's crabbing down the road. There's massive damage to his car. He's done. There's no doubt he's not going any further. Brad Glasson coming up Mountain Straight. Replay here at the elbow. Oh dear. Kane Baxter-Smith tried to go down the inside, wasn't in the gap. And head on in goes the number 24 Toyota.
That was a slightly strange one, but you can see he's trying to correct the slide and then overcorrected and didn't have his foot on the brake and went flying into that wall on the outside. And I'm just so happy he caught the tyre barrier there, because that...
Now, this is Luke King and Bradley Glasson, who goes through the grass, and they're going to make contact here. There's no doubt about it.
What was Glasson doing there? That was a bit strange, but... How many 360s is that? I lost count.
I wasn't counting. We might have to start again. Off the top for the final time. What a way to start a massive Sunday at the Super Cheap Auto 1000. Cameron Crick is in the concrete. That is on the run towards the dipper, and that's heavy damage. He's gone in really hard.
In the wall in that last lap, but thank God they all got to finish under green flag conditions. There wasn't another safety car. What a fantastic...
Cameron Crick locked it up, bounced off the tyre wall, and then hit the concrete.
Which is a bit odd. The cars have ABS, I think. So a little bit of a drama there, maybe, with the cars getting airborne over the top of the hill.
He just hit that wall on an angle that bounced him into the outside wall.
This is Hunter down the outside.
Boy.
He was lucky not to end up in the gravel.
Kane Baxter-Smith did, but had enough momentum to take him all the way to the fence, bounced off, kept going, and finished 21st for all of his troubles there.
Oh, what have we got going on here?
Oh boy, this is a big dive. Aaron Zerafos, that's lucky not to take anyone down that escape road with him. Good turning circle on an 86 if you go down an escape road. You're back out of it before you know. John Iafola's involved in an accident. Dylan Gulson, Jonathan Webb was right behind them, and that's a blind corner, and you've committed to it. So if there's someone in the wall, you really can't do much about it. Yellow flags will be out to warn the drivers. Slow down. They've got to watch them. Absolutely important here. They've managed to at least extract those cars. We won't need a safety car, although we might. John Iafola's got steering damage and probably won't be able to drive that back to pit lane. Jonathan Webb's got a rear... Kermit's got an injured nose right here. Take a look at the replay here. Out wide, Josh Hunter was down the inside trying to make a move, and Iafola goes around, slaps the wall, and then for the oncoming traffic, this is a major, major issue.
Yeah, it's not good, and obviously the next 3 cars coming through.
Adam Gowans avoids.
Very good vision, obviously looking up the road.
But the next car on the scene, poor Dylan Gulson's got nowhere to go. Contact in the right front. Next in is Jonathan Webb in the green number 17 car. He's just out of shot there. It's one way to arrive in shot. And that's the sort of corner at turn 8 where it's off camber, you tip the car in, and if there's someone there that you didn't know was there when you turned it in, this is what happens.
And he's rolled back to virtually the middle of the road, and you can see a few have missed it, but virtually impossible to get through there.
This is on board with Jonathan Webb, one of our 3 invited drivers. Nothing he could do. Nothing he could do.
He knows where reverse is quite impressively for a car he's never driven.
Now, was there actual contact here?
Very
or was it
minor, just touched.
Or was it Iafola's in the dirty stuff and not making the corner?
I think just got touched by Hunter there, and to be honest, he probably didn't have to turn in across him. Josh had already probably tried to back out of that move. And
of car 111 trying to go with these guys, and at the moment he's on for a podium position. Oh, Lachlan Deagle is off again, and that's at turn 1. So that won't affect this, because by the time they get back to him, they'll have received the checkered flag. The margin, just half a second there at the end, and he set the fastest lap of the race in that one last dash to the checkered flag. That is not a dash to the checkered flag, though. Lachlan Deagle parked at turn 1 and modifying the front of the ASAP Wraps number 53 car, but it's Will Brown the winner. The rest are fighting among themselves. Tim Brook down the inside. Will he go for it? Yes, he will. He's up on the curb. They all give one another room, and this long run down at turns 2 and 3. The tight chicane, this is where it bunches up.
It does. And you can see the 2 leaders have made a great start, but oh, we got a massive accident.
Big crash here. Matthew Brabham's involved, Alex Davison, John O'Fola, Bradley Glasson, James Wilkins. That's Daniel Rainui up against the wall on the left of screen. And track is blocked. The track is completely blocked. Callum Jones to the left. Damage for Graham Smith as well. He's had it from the, well, he's got front and rear damage. There is a small gap for the traffic to get through, but there's debris everywhere. There's coolant, red flag, race stop. No surprise there. And this is going to cause a real drama. This will take a long time to clean up. Medical team straight away on the scene, being the first lap of the race. It's going to be hard here to pick up what's going on, but I reckon there's someone down the inside there that's got into the inside of Alex Davison, spun him, and then, oh boy, Matthew Brabham launched completely off the ground. I mean, who did what where? It's really hard to tell from that angle. So there's Alex spinning.
Whoever just gets around Alex coming through on the right there's turned him round. Not sure who that is. And then from then, it's just a car park pile up.
Okay, this might tell us more. This is with Matthew Brabham. Oh, Duncan Harrison down the inside. He hits Davison. And Brabham's getting hit from behind. He gets launched. Wrong place, wrong time for Matty. Oh, this is with Alex. That's Ben Grice to the right.
Alex is just minding his own business at this point, and he's going to get a big whack in the door.
That was Graham Smith head on into Alex, who couldn't avoid him, and Matthew Brabham was getting pushed from behind. This is with Jonathan Webb starting at the back. Oh boy, he saw it all.
This time, thankfully.
This time he was able to sneak past an accident rather than get into it. Drama there. Red flag is out here at Sydney Olympic Park. The car's being taken back to pit lane. He's in the middle of the pack, so you've got to have eyes looking forward and back, one around right in front of Jonathan Webb, who's had it all this weekend. Aaron Zerafos, and I think he was the car that went early on the grid before the lights went out.
6 spots he made up, and now it goes back to where he probably should have been when the lights went out there. The Brian Hilton Motorsport entry, car number 8, Zerafos. Assistance in the background there at turn 12.
That was Hayden Clark behind him, but the question is whether Hayden touched him. Here we go. Webb will tell us. Oh yeah, that's a touch.
Decent one. So it's been a very wild lap for Jono Webb on the first one. Avoided a couple of moments here, made a couple of positions up.
Here it is again. And that's pretty clear for Greg Crick, Driving Standards Observer, to have a look at.
To the Icon Signs entry. More replays happening. This is Webb dancing over the curbs here at turn 2 and 3. Same 2 for Manly, getting the 2-wheeling feeling up there. And just, is he going to hold this, Noons?
The 2-wheeling feeling is not a good one when it comes off the curb like that and it's sideways pointing at the concrete.
The Cooper's Roll Bar fans, an up close and personal visit. It's the view from Davison, Webb, I should say.
Easiest position that John has picked up today.
Exactly right.
This is down at turn 2, 3. Back up the road up there is Olympic Boulevard, where Merchandise Alley is, and ANZ Stadium just off to the right. Oh boy, I just put a wrap on Kane Baxter Smith, and he's ended up in the concrete here. That's on the exit of turn 7.
More replays. Look up the top here as he comes through. He's tagged the wall front and rear. He's just pulled the car up to the left-hand side to keep it out of harm's way. But lucky, there was so much traffic. 18th position. Jono Webb's gone ahead of him now. So Webb's come from behind Brabs to get ahead of him now. Dramas for Damon Strongman, who's found the wall.
In the fence, exit of the final corner, and busted the steering. That's why that car fired straight back at the wall. He didn't steer it there. He wasn't steering it. That was the problem. He's in the concrete. Sydney Olympic Park has claimed some cars this weekend. Here it is. Lost the rear. That'll slap the front end of the wall. There goes the steering. When the wall ends, he moves the wheel and it sends it straight back off in the wall, and it's got a mind of its own now, and he's done. It's been somewhat of a difficult season for Damon Strongman in Toyota 86s. Has been involved in a bit of drama here and there, and this one's all his own issue. No one else involved in that one. Small slide, small tap on the wall, and he is in trouble.
His 5th DNF of the year as well for the number 5 car, the 18-year-old from Sandhurst in Victoria. So we'll have 2.
Now this is the finish of the race earlier today. On board with Dean Canto, Steve Owen trying to make a move and getting sideways on Ben Grice, and Dean gets the big run, and have a look at how excited he is to snatch 7th place on the line, and don't you think he reminds him about it before he's even won it? There's the line there.
Great little exchange there from the two guys that are our professionals for the weekend. Dean extremely excited to get the upper hand on his teammate there, Steve Owen.